Some people would look at my childhood and my journey and say, oh, that's so sad. If I didn't come from the most farthest extreme, lowest level of life to move up into light, then I wouldn't be able to shine light to other people.
My first memory is actually going to the homeless shelter. I was so young, I was confused, but I saw the hurt, the sorrow, deep, deep sorrow in my mother's eyes. And that was a pain that I'd never truly understood or felt before as a young person. And so it's a pain that I remember vividly. I'm seeing it in her eyes and tears running down her face. And so that sticks with me. So my mother never let us play outside with the children in the neighborhood. And we thought it was so crazy. She was protecting us from really being infected by the environment. She knew we had to live there. She knew all of the horrible things that went on in my neighborhood. She said, you're here, but you're not of it. You may live in it, but you aren't of it. The truth is, I was initially affected by my environment. And when we went to the homeless shelter, I really start to go down this negative spiral. I start to fail in school, start to use bad words, start to hang with the bad crowd, just not doing work, just being everything that was around me. So the second memory that I vividly remember is this one day that I came to the homeless shelter, called it home at that moment, and my mother stopped me when I was about to walk in, and she asked me, did I want to be a leader or a follower? Do you want to see beyond what we're in and lead your life to everything that you can think and dream? And she told me to choose. And she left it there. And that was one of the most powerful moments of my life, because I learned the power of choice, and I learned the power of light, and I learned the power that you aren't determined by your predicament. And so from that very moment, the next day I went to school, I asked my teacher for tutoring. That's when I started finding after school activities. That's when I isolated myself from the group that didn't want to learn. That's when I only focused on finding the light and joy and greatness, and just start going after it. And everything that I saw in the environment I lived in, I wanted to go into the opposite direction of it. And so that is the power of how and why I'm able to sit here today and really radiate light, because my mother clicked on the light for me of the power to choose. And I'm so grateful. Coming out of college, I just decided to just set goals. And goal number one was to get a job. So I was able to get a job working. And from that job, I was exposed to getting a master's degree. So I set my goal to get my master's degree. And from that master's degree, I realized that creativity was my true heart. And I was able to decide, now that I've done my education, I really want to follow my heart in creativity. And so I set my goal in creativity. And I started to learn and work as a makeup artist. And then I was able to see all of these amazing entrepreneurs coming in and out of my chair, setting goals, what I'd like to do, and going after them, and creating businesses and living through their journeys and their dreams. And this was just firing my spirit up. And I'm seeing how beautiful they feel when they leave my chair before they go into these big events. And I also noticed one of the last things that most women would look for was, what piece of jewelry do I use? And the funny part about that is, the reason why I noticed that is because
When I was young, after my mother told me that I could choose, when she noticed that I was choosing light, she stopped me one time and said, Leah, you have this inner light inside of you that sparkles so bright. Always wear your earrings. And she gave me these little cheap little Claire's, if you remember, earrings, and said, always wear your earrings. It's a visual representation of the beautiful light that sparkles inside of you. And so from that moment when I was little, because I'm a sketcher and an artist, I would sketch jewelry as my therapy of this light that I had inside of me. So that was just my hobby. But when you fast forward to now with these beautiful hearts, women that are going after and touching hearts, the last thing that they would ask for is, what earrings am I gonna wear? What necklace? And so I remembered, I'm like, oh, that's the light that they're representing, that sparkle. And so that manifests to me that this sketch joy that I was doing as joy for myself and that my mother had poured into me was a blessing and a gift to other people. And that if I was starting from a place of giving, that all things were possible. So I decided to go after my journey, and I said, let's do it. Like, let me try to take my hand sketch drawings and bring them to beautiful hearts, to let them know when you clip these pieces of jewelry on, that's light that will radiate from you, because my whole entire life has been blessed by light. My whole entire life has been blessed by radiating this joy. And so I just wanted to give the light and the joy that I experienced to so many women before they go to a big event or while they're in something challenging, to know that it's okay and that life is limitless. One day, I get a text message and it says, Leah, QVC is having a big find competition. It's for you. You have to apply. And I look at the text message and I honestly say, I'm probably not ready. I do. I say it to myself, like, yeah, I want it, but I said, 2 or 3 days later, I get another text message from an entirely different person. Says the same text message, different person. They didn't talk. You gotta apply. So I'm like, okay, God, I'm probably not ready, but you're saying go after it. But what I said in my heart is that it may not be right now. Like, if you may not win the competition, but this is movement toward your goal. And whatever you need to learn from this experience is gonna make you stronger as a company, stronger as a person, stronger as a jewelry brand. So go in this competition applying with 1,000%. And I was able to go through the entire process with the comfortability that if I didn't make it, it still was gonna be possible, and that I would just keep pushing towards my dream.
First, I'd like to say that I am super humbled and honored and overjoyed for being here today. It is an absolute gift and beyond a dream for this surreal moment. So I want to look each of you directly in the eye, and from the core of my heart, thank you so much.
The whole process of the Big Blind competition is exciting. My dream is literally this close in front of me. Like, I can almost touch it. Have you ever been next to something you can almost touch, but you can't just yet? Oh, I actually see, this is so special. I see Courtney Kaysen. So I need to take you back because Courtney was overnights with me working, and I was styling her makeup. And I would tell her all my ideas, all my visions, and she would listen to me and say, Leah, go. You got it, go. And just I'm just sharing ideas. And then so she sits down and we start crying, because from years ago of us sitting in the salon, me telling her about my dreams of creating this jewelry and showing her hand sketches. And now she's sitting with me in front of a door, a portal closer to my dream. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And before my interview was called, it was her lunchtime. And so they said, come on, Courtney, it's time to go to lunch. And she said, no, actually, I'm not gonna do my lunch. I'm gonna sit here with Leah. And I'm just gonna sit here and watch her walk in the door. And I thought that was so amazing. And it actually comforted my spirit. And so all that negative nerves, those bad fears, just literally dissipated out my body and love poured in. And so there's some power in love. And so her love filled me up. When I walked into that door, I felt love.
Thank you so much. What a great story.
Thank you.
We're really excited to hear it.
Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You did it. You did it. This will probably be the ugliest cry in video we've ever seen, but there is not a person that deserves this more than you do. I'm so proud of you. I look 100 years old. How did you feel? You did so great. You did so great, you guys. This is Leah with Valencia KT, and she just got a big ticket. I'm so proud. Nobody's been more deserving of this. We've been hearing about this for forever, and you did it. I love you.